Good day, and welcome to Hiroshima University's English Podcast. Hi, everyone. It's great to have you here. I'm Joe.
And I'm Kay.
And today we're talking about British superstitions.
イギリスの迷信について。
That's right, Kay. But before we do that, let's take it one step farther. What are some of the biggest differences, the cultural differences between the United States and Britain? What are some of the biggest cultural differences between the United States and Britain?
Sounds fun! 皆さんこんにちは。今日はイギリスの迷信についてお話ししようと思います。でもその前にちょっと真面目な話、アメリカとイギリスの違いについてお話ししましょう。So Joe, what are some of the biggest cultural differences between Britain and the US?
Okay, Kay. First of all, there are two really big things that always decide culture, it seems like. One is history, and one is geography. And of course, the history of Britain and the history of the United States are very different, right? For example, Britain had a class system where there's a king, and then the noble people, and then the very low people like that.
イギリスにはアメリカと違って階級制度というものがあります。
Right, so this different class system, even today, it's kind of strong in Britain.
Oh, really?
Right, in America, the difference between very rich people and poorer people, of course there is a difference.
Yes.
But in America, they like to try to think the difference is not so big like that. And another part of the history of Britain, of course, is that they had a lot of colonies around the world, right?
イギリスは世界中に植民地を持っていますね。
That's right. Especially their colony in India has a big influence on Britain today. So even today, of course, a lot of tea.
Yes,
Tea is famous from India originally, right? And the curry. And even today in London, in Britain, there are a lot of Indian restaurants, a lot of people from India who moved to Britain.
イギリスとアメリカはだいぶ歴史の違いがあるようですね。
That's right. And another big difference, of course, is geography, right? America is huge and Britain is quite small. So America is huge. That means Americans tend to go outside to the parks, hunting, that kind of thing. It's very big. And Brits tend to stay at home a little bit more, but of course they have a little bit of natural areas too. And another thing, this geography, is that America is on the North American continent, very far from a lot of other countries. Like Britain is near a lot of European countries, France, Germany, all that. So Britain, they tend to learn more foreign languages, and they're a little bit more international, maybe. Maybe. Of course, it depends on the person, but Brits tend to be a little bit more international and know about more foreign languages, a little more than Americans.
イギリスとアメリカは地理的にも歴史的にも随分違いがあるようですね。国民性はどうなのか聞いてみようと思います。How about some differences between the people's personalities?
Okay, one thing that's kind of famous is British humor. They say that it's kind of sarcastic often, sarcastic.
Sarcastic. 皮肉っぽい。
That's right. So Americans are a little bit more direct, their
yes,
humor like that. But Brits tend to be sarcastic. And so for Americans, if they hear the British sarcastic comments, they often don't understand because it's a little bit more hidden, a little more subtle like that. Well, that's one famous thing. Another famous thing is that Americans seem to be open. They say their opinions a lot that. And Brits tend to be a little bit more closed, a little more private. But of course, there depends on the person, right? Another little difference in their personalities that I've heard is that Brits tend to drink alcohol a little bit more than Americans in public places, right? For example, Brits, often for lunch, they might have some beer or something like that sometimes, but a little bit more public drinking, it's acceptable. But in America, drinking alcohol, you do it a little bit more quieter in the house, usually. But of course, it depends on the situation, right? Another big difference is that Americans tend to be very patriotic, right? They say, go America, like that, very loudly. And Brits are a little bit quieter about it, like that. Another difference in America, it depends on the state or the region, but some areas are very religious, right? Very religious. So Christianity is a big part of the people's ideas in some areas.
アメリカでは地域にもよりますが、宗教をとても大事にする国らしいですね。
That's right, especially in the southern part of the United States, quite religious sometimes, but in the north or the very far west, not so religious in America either. So in about 2 minutes, we've talked on this huge topic of British and American cultural differences. Of course, there's some other differences, and of course, it depends on the person, right?
Yes.
Some Americans act very British, and some Brits act more like Americans than Americans themselves, like that.
今日のトピックはイギリスにおける迷信についてです。それではゆっくりなスピードで聞いてみましょう。
Do you want anything from the shop, Katie? I'm just heading out.
I'm okay. Better take an umbrella though, Yushi. It's raining pretty hard.
Oh, yeah. Where's my umbrella? Oh, here it is.
Whoa, stop! What are you doing?
Just putting up my umbrella.
You can't open an umbrella inside. It's bad luck. Didn't you know?
No, I've never heard that before.
Well, it's common knowledge in England. Everyone waits till they're outside to open it. If you open it indoors, something bad will happen to you.
Well, I've opened my umbrella inside before lots of times, and nothing particularly bad has happened to me. But now that I think about it, what if the umbrella doesn't fit through the door?
You know, that's probably where it came from. Maybe people would open their umbrellas inside, and then it would get caught on the door frame as they were leaving, and they had an accident.
That's quite smart then. Common sense in the form of superstitions. What other superstitions do you have in England?
Well, it's also bad luck to walk under a ladder, or to break a mirror.
That makes sense too. You could get hurt doing either of those things.
And it's supposed to be bad luck if a black cat crosses your path.
What? That doesn't make any sense. I love cats.
Me too. I'd be far too busy playing with the cat to think about whether it's unlucky.
I wonder why that's considered bad luck.
It could be from the old days, when people believed there were witches, and black cats worked for the witches.
Black cats worked with the witches? Well, that would be dangerous.
Black cats have a bad image in Britain. They worked with the witches. And so even today, some people are afraid of black cats. How about in Japan? Are they afraid of black cats?
Yes, we are.
A little bit, just a little bit,
yes.
sometimes, right?
Maybe affected by European countries.
That's right.
まずダイアログの冒頭で男の人がお店に出かけようとしています。ちょっと僕出かけるけど買ってきてほしいものあるというふうに言っています。To head out でどこどこに向けて出発するという意味です。
Right. To head out means to go out. It's very good for conversation. I am heading out now. I'm going out like that. Or to head for some place. That's very common too. I'm heading for home after class. Or I'm heading for the convenience store. I'm going to. Like that. They say it a lot.
女の人は大丈夫。でも雨がすごいから傘を持って行った方がいいよというふうに言っています。Joe, why is she saying better here?
It means you had better. You know, you should. It's like that. But in real conversation, people often cut that you had part and just say, better take an umbrella or better study more. In real conversation, they do that. Nobody says you had better, or you'd better. Even you'd better is kind of hard to say. Better do some exercise. Better not waste so much money. Like that.
で男の人はそうするって言って傘を見つけて開いた時、女の人はやめて何してるのというふうにびっくりしています。I think she's using kind of strange way of saying. What is she saying here?
She says, whoa. That means like stop.
Okay.
It comes from the cowboy kind of language when he's talking to a horse. So a person talking to a horse says, whoa. It means stop or slow down like that. And even today in real conversation, people say it a lot. Whoa. It means stop or slow down like that. Very funny, very common way of saying stop.
Woah で stop という意味になるのはすごく面白いですね。ぜひ実際の会話で使ってみましょう。で、女の人がここでなぜ驚いているかっていうと、イングランドでは家の中で傘を開くのは縁起が悪いらしいんですね。なんでかっていうと、なんかよくわからないんだけど、多分こうじゃないかっていうふうに女の人は予想しています。家の中で傘を開くと多分玄関に突っかかって危ないからじゃないっていうふうに女の人は予想しています。そこで男の人は、ああなるほどね、常識を迷信の形にしたんだねっていうふうに言っています。Common sense in the form of superstitions で常識を迷信の形にするという意味です。
Yes, the man says common sense is sometimes in the form of superstitions. That means it's kind of a good idea. It's a superstition, yes, but it's also common sense.
もう一つぐらい in the form of 何々の例文を聞きたいと思います。
For example, that family's assets are mostly in the form of cash.
家の財産はだいたい現金の形で保管されている。
Right, that family's assets are mostly in the form of cash. For example, and again in our dialogue, the man says that common sense is sometimes in the form of superstitions.
そしてとうとう今日の最後の面白い表現に来てしまいました。To be supposed to do というのが今日の最後の表現なんですが、多分この表現とっても簡単だと皆さん思っていると思います。多分皆さんが知っている意味はよくある should とか何々した方がいい、するべきという風な意味だと思うんですが、もう一つちょっと上級な意味は知らない方が多いんじゃないかと思います。
Right, most people know that you are supposed to study means you should study, but there's even a higher level meaning of it, a different meaning of it.
で to be supposed to do の上級者向けの意味はこのダイアログの中で使われています。女の人はイギリスの迷信として鏡を割ったり黒猫が前を横切ると不吉だと言われている、信じられているというふうに言っていますね。そしてこの to be supposed to do の上級者向けのもう一つの意味、それが信じる、信じられているという意味なんですね。
The woman in the dialogue says it's supposed to be bad luck if a black cat crosses your path. That means that most people think it's bad luck if a black cat crosses your path. It's supposed to be bad luck if a black cat crosses your path.
To give a couple more examples of supposed to,
Sakamoto Ryoma is supposed to have said 999. That means a lot of people think he said it. Sakamoto Ryoma is supposed to have said 999, like that.
or
Eating vegetables is supposed to be good for your health. Exercising is supposed to be good for your health. That means a lot of people think so. Pretty easy, right? Everyone try to make your own sentence.
それではナチュラルなスピードで聞いてみましょう。その後、ジョーのイギリス体験についてちょっと聞いてみたいと思います。
Do you want anything from the shop, Katie? I'm just heading out.
I'm okay. Better take an umbrella though, Yushi. It's raining pretty hard.
Oh, yeah. Where's my umbrella? Oh, here it is.
Whoa, stop. What are you doing?
Just putting up my umbrella.
You can't open an umbrella inside. It's bad luck. Didn't you know?
No, I've never heard that before.
Well, it's common knowledge in England. Everyone waits till they're outside to open it. If you open it indoors, something bad will happen to you.
Well, I've opened my umbrella inside before lots of times, and nothing particularly bad has happened to me. But now that I think about it, what if the umbrella doesn't fit through the door?
You know, that's probably where it came from. Maybe people would open their umbrellas inside, and then it would get caught on the doorframe as they were leaving, and they had an accident.
Huh, that's quite smart then. Common sense in the form of superstitions. What other superstitions do you have in England?
Well, it's also bad luck to walk under a ladder or to break a mirror.
That makes sense too. You could get hurt doing either of those things.
And it's supposed to be bad luck if a black cat crosses your path.
What? That doesn't make any sense. I love cats.
Me too. I'd be far too busy playing with the cat to think about whether it's unlucky.
I wonder why that's considered bad luck.
It could be from the old days when people believed there were witches and black cats worked for the witches.
Black cats worked with the witches? Well, that would be dangerous.
So, Joe, you've been to Britain?
Actually, a couple of times, Kay. Once during college, my third year of college, I went to Britain for 3 weeks. And I did a little research for a class there for 3 weeks, especially in London. And also I did a little homestay in Dover on the coast, the southern coast like that. Anyways, I was mostly in London, and London was very interesting, of course. For example, there's the British National Museum. They have a lot of mummies from Egypt and things from all over the world. And it's also free going in this British National Museum. It's really great. Another interesting place that I found in London was Hyde Park. It's this big park right in the middle of London. And there's one little corner there. It's called Speaker's Corner. And anybody can stand on a little box and say their opinions.
Oh my god! このハイドパークの隅っこにはちょっとした木の箱みたいなのがあるらしいんですけど、その上には誰でも立つことができて自分の意見を好きなように言えるそうです。
Right, Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park.Another very interesting place, of course, in London is Buckingham Palace with the guards standing outside like that. And another interesting place in London is the Tower of London. It's kind of a castle in London. It's called the Tower of London. And it's got, for example, the Queen's jewels, the jewels.
宝石
That's right. So it's very interesting, this castle in London like that.And the second time I went to Britain, a few years after that, I went to the northern part of Britain. It's called Huddersfield, and I have some friends up there.
イギリスはとっても面白い国みたいですね。皆さんぜひ英語の勉強しに行ってみてください。
That's right. And with the recent strengthening of the yen, tourists from Japan can go to other countries very easy. So it's a good time to travel abroad now.
最近は円高なので、外国に行くときちょっとお得になりますよ。
That's right. Everybody keep studying and have fun. That's the most important thing. Have fun. And we'll see you next time at Hiroshima University's English Podcast. Bye.
Bye.